So we're now in Legends Arceus. We are ready to start our journey, and this should be the place we get our first shiny. Like, there's no excuses why we don't. Oh, I need to put the poll up, don't we? I get that. It can be frustrating, the early game, and I've seen other people do it, so don't worry, it will come back to you. Fire and water. That's not... I don't really know how I wrote that one. Grass. We'll do 3 minutes, why not? There we go. So there we go, pick the starter. Which shiny were you going for that went wrong? So again, this is another tutorial basic episode where we're going to have to do all of the basics. My dream scenario is to get through to at least the weird there. Okay. I always find it quite difficult with a newer save. I think it's the problem. Once you've done it a lot, you've got silly money, you have too many repels, too many items, etc. Then it seems a lot easier, because like, one day we will try radar hunting, but we're a long way from that, because we've got to finish this game completely. I don't think I'm going to collect a living dex in this. I'm just going to make sure we do all the tasks. I think that'll be the sensible play. I took all of my shinies out of my best save, so that I could do fill up my replacement boxes, and it turns out I've got 2 boxes of spare Gen 1 shinies, 2 boxes of spare Gen 4 shinies. Too many Gen 2 shinies for 1 box, but not enough for 2. So we've got so many like giveaway shinies available for people, and most of it is because of this game. And it's surprisingly not too many Starlies, but we'll put that regen box in between streams probably, because as we said, we're going to be doing this for a little while. There's plenty to do. But this is a very different game, isn't it? Let's be honest. Like, we can hear the shinies, not have to actually look for them. But the one thing I will say about this game is I am not doing the Ponyta first. It will not be the first shiny in the run. We'll probably will add it, but it's just not going to be the first one we do. Because that's just it feels like a bit of a waste of, like, the first one you want to be something special, really. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. I want to speed run the game really and then go back and do catching, because when you're doing the catching, that's when you start doing more shiny hunting anyway. Hello, Oshawott. Yeah, it works better that way for me. We know that this one generally escapes, because that's teaching you that you can't catch it straight away. And we will have to do all of the unknown. So we're going to start with a Cynical. Interesting. Where did it go? How did you get all the way over there, you annoying little thing? We don't like Oshawott, let's be honest. It's an annoying little fella. View results. What was the results? It was fire. There's only 2 of you, so that's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, we do get them all. If I'm honest, I can't remember what I started with first time around. Because I've played through this game quite a few times from the start, I've done a bit of all of them. But I want to try and just do like the level 10 research for this one. That's going to be the key thing for us. Really? Because again, you know, we've got to get the Arceus to technically finish the game, and oh, it's horrible. It's horrible to grind this out for the shiny charm, let alone. But again, this is another game you don't really need the shiny charm. It's a luxury item. I've seen plenty of people get shinies galore without a shiny charm. So I've had days myself where I've gone 3 or 4 hours without a shiny in this game. So yeah, we can deal with it. It will be around somewhere for us. It's just, again, we're in tutorial land for all 3 of our games. So after today, I think they're all officially up and running to do pretty much anything. So that's going to be the big factor for this game. We needed to get to that level. Why has he got like heat more trousers on? That's my question. I'm probable. I guess what we will slowly do is look to perfect dexes as well, but we're not going to rush to do that because it's so much work. At this stage of the game, it's not worth it. I would rather unlock all the maps and then worry about that stuff. Because when you're doing that, that's when you'll find shinies. That's the key factor to it. I have a weird way of like working my way through all the challenges because I was doing it on my best save and I only got about halfway through perfected, so yeah, I know there's bits I still need to improve. So yeah, that'll be the goal. We'll get there slowly but surely. But we do know that this bit is pretty horrible for boredom part of the game. Like, it's one of these where it's become a bit of an on-running joke how much you get handheld at the beginning of these games. Pretty much, isn't it? Like, at least I can run now. I can't jump yet. But watch the first shiny be a worm pull for this challenge. That'll be the comedy of it all. Right. Hello. He looks very sad. Madam. I do like the shock text toys as well. It is funny. Oh yes, yes, definitely. If I get that you kind of need it because tutorials need to have accessibility to someone who's never played the game. Like if you had never played Red, Blue, Yellow, you wouldn't have a clue what you were doing really. There's nothing to really guide you to anything. It's just you can't go this direction, you can go that direction sort of attitude. And that's kind of like, we know that the Alolan ones are notoriously the worst for it. Hello, welcome in. How was the Mario Karts? I see that you're now winning most races. But we won't say too much if we distract you. Yeah, that's probably why. That's actually why I stopped playing them, because Ruby, it wasn't too much you could do. Like you had to do it all yourself, and it was just I didn't know what to do. I missed some text because I button bashed too much because I didn't really care, and I never finished the game for years. But that's what happens, right? But as we say, this is the beginning of the 3rd game until we really get properly shiny hunting. So yeah, because there's no point in me doing the Scarlet save and the Shield save yet, because if I do them, I'm just doing all the tutorial. I need to have a couple of days where I'm actually doing some proper shiny hunting. So we're going to probably cut down like to just the 1 day a week when we finish another game, and then the other 6 games are going to be shiny, or 6 potential days will be shiny hunting. And they will just fall into whenever we have days off, really. If that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It just makes more sense to me. Like, we've done a Violet playthrough, we've done a Sword playthrough. We don't need to rush into them. And then we can start some of these races. We'll put some proper dates up, put some feelers out, see who else wants to take part. And hopefully we can have some chaos. Like, we could do something where we do like a whole stream to see how many Pokemon inserted here everybody can catch. It will be interesting. Like, as we said, we want to make it very, very interactive with everyone involved. Hence why we do a lot of our weird channel redemption points. Some are better than others. But yeah, we've got so many spare shinies, it's ridiculous from this game. But it was funny because I was looking at my spare shinies and I've only got technically a Pedalil for Gen 5, just because I never evolved it. One Rowlux, I never evolved it for a Lola. Kalos is just the Claunchus from my chain fishing days. Galar's a little bit more, I think, but Gen 1 to 4 is crazy how many spares we got. I guess it's because a lot of them are quite easy hunts. I've been using them for like bingos and stuff just because I know how to get them quickly. Do I have to do reading? Can we just pretend that we've done all this? We are keeping autosave on. I don't want to lose anything. That would be bad. We can't lose stuff. I think I have to get the fancy clothes on now, right? Is that what it does? Ooh. I am also intrigued to just see how it looks fresh on the Switch 2, this game. Like, I know it doesn't have too many differences. I think the loading's a lot quicker. And I had to do a ton of updates when I tried to load this up. It's probably because I've got too many profiles, but it was trying to update it for every profile. But I don't know why. It just seemed to want to keep downloading something and then not really doing it. If that makes sense. And considering I didn't even open the game, it just sort of said, you need to download this. Update now, update now. So yeah, I don't know. But it worked eventually. That's the key factor. Unless it is just maybe putting the massive mass outbreak DLC on it. Maybe it's treating it as in it didn't transfer the update. I don't know. But then I only updated it once, but it downloaded it about 6 times. I do have 7 profiles, so maybe it downloaded it 7 times. And we get to meet the biggest con artist in Pokemon history soon. I've forgotten what his name is. Is it Bagsworth, or is that just the nickname he has? But he takes all of my money to let me put stuff in my bag. I don't like this. It's a con. But let's get it. Let's get it. Kim's dancing to the Pikachu music. Yeah. But as we said, tutorial at the beginning of most of these games is very slow. We just have to take a step back and understand that. But you only have to do it once. That's the key thing. And I didn't see the point in doing this challenge on my best saves at the end of the day. It didn't make sense to me. Because as we said, the whole point was brand new. Everything is new. But when I did transfer everything into my home, I got myself up to 32% on my original Shiny Living Dex, which was quite surprising. Because I hadn't put any of the... I was trying to do a Living Dex in Legends Arceus Shiny. But I'm not going to go back to that save. I'm going to keep the Alpha Shinies in there. But I'm not taking... I took the rest out. But I only had like 7. So it's not like I had a lot. I wasn't that good at the game. Or patient enough. Patient enough is definitely the word. No, we have to take the Cyndaquil. That was what got voted for. The least loved Gen 2 Pokemon of all time, according to ZA. Will it make an appearance? That'll be the question. It's funny because this was actually one of the things I took first time, and the second time I played Gold and Silver, because you realised there was no fire types, so you went for it. Like water type, yes, for alligator is probably your best, but there is water types you can catch. There is grass types, but they're not very good for the game. In now they're okay, but that game they're pretty bad. So yeah, grass type is a type that gets a lot of ignoring, I find. They never seem to be the best for a region, unless you're playing the glitches in Gen 1 with the old Venusaur, because the computer reads agility as a psychic move and completely breaks against Venusaur in the final. So it just keeps wanting to use the psychic move against your poison typing. It is a thing. Okay, so we have some Pokeballs. Now, do we have to do one battle first, or do we go and start catching stuff? I forgot them. I know I've said I've played this a lot, but it's always the start of the game that you forget everything. That is the key factor. Right. Please let me jump. Yes, it was fun, especially when you didn't really know about the glitches in Red and Blue. I didn't know the stack glitches till much, much later on. Because I always used to just use like Doug Trio because it was so fast and just it broke the game, didn't it, really? And like in Gen 2 I quite often used Graveler just because of magnitude being quite broken. I didn't know most of the getting stuff glitches other than like the missing no, if I'm honest. I've heard of like the Mew thing, but I never really invested too much into them. Is that what you gave me? Quick attack. Okay. Actually. Pop. That's a hard hitting egg. This one, right? Yes. I might as well have the move ordering on the screen. We're not too worried about whether we win or lose. We're honest. And that explains it. Like, again, most of the time I was on it, like, I think Game FAQs was the best place I used to find information about it. I only had like, well, 2 like families that would play the game as well, so that doesn't help. That's the only way I really learned anything about the game. So yeah, it's part of what you do with this game, isn't it? You just sort of get on with it and catch what you can. Oh, I know I used to like spam the Master Balls, but then it was difficult to realise that you couldn't complete everything. But then I used to love playing it on Pokemon Stadium because you could have speed up, which was lovely. And we used to like transfer everything in and out just to fill up the dexes quicker. Again, it probably goes back to why I was never as invested in the GBA era. I still prefer these games on a big screen, like even if they don't look that much better. When you could do red and yellow blue on the N64, it was lovely. Right, can we actually go now? My main goal is to just fill up the 2 boxes so that I can start getting mass releases. I believe you have to fill up 2 boxes before you can do mass releases, so that will be the goal. We're going to try and... Oh no, we have to go and... We do the free catches, don't we? Then we go back again. Yeah, we have to do that first. Like, we don't get anything for this run. I forgot. Oh. You can tell I've done it so much that I don't even read what I'm doing, because it's... I'm not playing it as a let's play mode. Let's be honest. I just want to get to the bit where I can do the roly-polies, because it always feels like you're moving a bit faster. But we need to resource very heavily at the start. That is one of the most important things. Just so we can just catch as much as we can. Pretty much, that's the goal really. We want to be able to have as many of the star ratings done early so we can get to the either the heavy balls, the laden balls, or whatever they're called. They're ones that are the closest to luxury balls that you can get, pretty much. Can I go up here? Because I know that there's like one acorn here. What? There we go. Where? What? Where did Bidoof go? I thought you couldn't not catch this one. I thought it was a guarantee. Why are you being annoying? Right. That's new. But thank you for the alert, Kim. Have a good day with what you're up to. Right, Starly, I know I need to creep because it's annoying and, well, it flies away. Hence why it's a bird type. Okay, I can't pick up items yet. Okay. And I know that I have to fight the shinks. Okay. It's not missing, no. It's not a bird type. It is a birdie type. How are you, ironically? Have you recovered from your dark cry? That is the question. We are back in tutorial nightmares. Have you tried Legends Arceus since you've had your Switch 2? Just out of interest. And did you have to do an update for it? Because mine seemed to want to do like 7 updates. I don't know if it was one per profile or what, but it just seemed to want to do a load of updates. Okay. That's fair enough. Like, it's something that can be done in the background, that's the thing. It's one way you can be doing like DAs and just doing the resets, can't you, on the side? I hate these rematches at the gyms, constantly getting my ass. Okay, yeah, I can imagine that. Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't know what it was, but it just wanted to do loads of updates, but I don't know whether it was just like the massive mass outbreak update, if that makes sense. It didn't transfer that across, and it was just doing the patch. But I don't know. It's working now, so. Which gym are you on then? Are you on... You're just going through all. So the only Pokemon you have that at the levels are the 3 starters. But I'm not completely sure why it's playing up. That makes sense. Like, I don't know what the levels for the rematches are, though. To be honest, I haven't really done enough of them. Like, I hate the game so much that I won't replay it for money. Like, the best thing could be just to get stones and stuff to sell, maybe. Like, sell all like the stuff you get out of them. Yeah, then I definitely don't want to be doing them. Welcome in, Neil. How are you? We're at Tutorial Nightmares. So, the 3rd gym the 2nd time. Okay. I didn't even know they did proper rematches, if I'm honest. Is there not something you can do with, like, the Versus Seeker in BDSP and just face the rich people for money? Is that not an option? Okay. whatever. They took a photo of me. I do feel like we will finally get a shiny today, but it's not Ponyta. It will probably be Starly, which will sum up this, won't it? The first Pokemon on the whole run will be a Starly. Oh, I do love it too. Don't worry. It's just I hate this like first about half an hour to an hour of it. I want to get the weird here so I can run around a bit more. That's my main goal. Just give me something I can get around quickly with. Just like. But I know I can get the free Ponyta, but we're not going to do it. We're going to be worst enemies, sir. Baggin. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You are going to be the biggest con artist. And if I could, I would throw my Typhlosion at you. But we'll worry about you later. We'll worry about the lady who's scared of a wormpool. And claims to be the leader of the recruiting Pokemon people. Because I think I have to reach 1 star before I'm allowed to cross the bridge anyway, so I'm just going to go and go on a bit of a mission to get as many items as I can around the first area. Try and get as many catches as possible. I don't know. And get going, really. If we do like get really over leveled, we can just beat the Cricketune. No problems. And then the Cleaver's easy to beat. You can just scam it to like crash into the tree over and over again. But I've put so many hours into this game over the times. Like, my main save has, I think, at least 400 hours. I can change my eye colour, can I? That's about it. Shall we have yellow eyes? So we look like an evil creature. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. We'll worry about the outfits later when we've got some money. Because we know it's easy to make money in these games. Which we've said on the main save a lot. You don't need, like, I personally never use the berries. So I just sell all the berries. It took me a few tries on Gardenia, Maylene, get Strat. I'm guessing they all have like items as well. I definitely did play a lot more of it when it first came out. Then I tried shiny hunting and got burnt out. Kind of stopped for a long time. But I did do some Nuzlocks on it. Before that, I'd set myself like this silly little challenge of trying to build an Alpha Dex, a Shiny Dex, and a Shiny Alpha Living Dex in the game. Didn't get very far with the Shiny Alpha one. I got about 7, and most of them were this year. Including 3 Steelixes. I have 3 Shiny Alpha Steelixes. And I wasn't ever hunting for it. It just keeps being shiny. But that was what was happening. And yeah, I went through spells of this game where I could play it for hours and hours. And then, because I'm doing that shiny hunting Dex living, I did a lot of work trying to get a Burmy. So I spent about 3 weeks just running around in circles looking for a Burmy before I finally got one, because nobody could find one. Like, ironically knows how crazy we were going for that thing. We needed Cherum, Burmy, and Wormadam, and 2 got collected, and we were down to just the Burmy. So it was literally like this rubbish circle in this first map, because you don't want to find a Wormpool, a Wormadam, and I found it eventually. I went over 1,000 encounters with them as well. And I pretty much haven't played the game since because it just annoyed me so much. So we're going to be checking every tree. So hopefully we find the 6 we need through this playthrough casually. To say the least. Yep, it was horrible. It was funny though, because when we were on Gen 2, in one day I found the needed Remoraid, which may have been the artillery we needed, Mantine and Steelix, all in like 2 hours. There is a bit of a glitch, yes, it will have the same ID, but it's a very long glitch. It's something about leaving your game open for like exactly 30 minutes, but it's sort of, you go into one of the caves, the Lake Spirit caves or something like that, and then when you come back out, that tree should then have the same Pokemon in it, but it will be the same Pokemon, not another Burmy. It will be the same Burmy, same trainer ID, and all the stats the same, everything about it will be exactly the same. So it sort of wouldn't have counted even if we were doing that challenge, because it would have been considered a clone rather than a new Pokemon, sadly. Right, can I find... oh no, I've got to go and craft some stuff. Welcome back. This guy there would like a Wurmple. You're going to set me a challenge. I'll probably get all the challenges put up, so if I do them by accident, they're done. That might work too. Yeah, that'll work. We'll get everything that we can. I know that if you pick the water Pokemon, the Oshawott, this first bit is something that can really break your Nuzlocke, because I lost a lot of things in the first battle. So I think she battles you before you go out. So if you started with the water type, or you have a Starly up front, she has a Pikachu that will one-shot it. And it's horrible. Okay, we'll get as many as we can. Right, as we said, we want to fill up 2 boxes worth before we get going. Because if we don't, then we can't do mass releases. We need to unlock that early, because we will get annoyed with it. Now, I'm not quite sure how it even reads your Pokemon either. Like, we can try it here, because as we say, it's not too important for what we're doing, but it could be something to just see how it works for you before you jump in and lose something at the beginning. But this one is a lot harder for any sort of Nuzlocking. I'm guessing you'll just go a bit crazy on the grit items. But then I don't know if you'll allow yourself to catch a lot, or you'll just battle everything. Yes, you would like a Wurmple. We would like to give you a Wurmple. But it might be after this that she goes into battle with you. If you've logged that mon into your Dex once. Is that really... is that the normal mass outbreaks, not the massive mass outbreaks, right? You really think I'm going to have enough patience to shiny hunt an Alpha Wurmple again? I'm just going to try and do as many as I can. Right, so you want Wurmple. What other... we're going to do all of them, as we said. Like, just to tick them off. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Like, that'll be a long way down the path. We're going to try to catch everything. That's the key thing. We need to get all 10 done, don't we? Let's be honest. Do we have money? We have money. It sounds stupid, but we're going to buy an extra 30, just so we have 60. Yeah, when I was doing my very, very first challenge on this channel, we did a 31 hours in here, and we got an alpha Bidoof in the Icelands, which was quite funny. That was the only alpha we got on that whole challenge. But when I was doing that Burmy stuff, that is actually when I got a shiny alpha Blissey, Stantler, and Geodude at the same time I was looking for a Burmy, just doing one circle around the Fieldlands. So it won't give me more. I've got 2 apricots to my name, or acorns, or whatever they're called. This is where I can start getting equipment for this run. She teaches me how to dive, and we're good to go. We'll go and catch Wurmples, and Pichus maybe, an Eevee, maybe a Ponyta, but not the Rapidash, because that will destroy us. Maybe a Buizel, or a Mimey Jr. But we can't go across the bridge yet, and I'm not making a barrel. Yay, I can finally jump. Oh, you're still here. Go away. You are just going to annoy me, aren't you? Bidoof. Hello. Yes, run away. I don't want to do all this. Can you leave me alone? Right. Right. We want to just do these like each turn. Like, we have played this a lot, so we kind of have like a routine on how to do the beginning of the game. Have you got more? I didn't catch a single one of them, did we? Okay, I'm not really reading what you're telling me, but whatever, just talk. So I don't think there's any Burmies in this area, if I'm honest. I think I need to feed these actually. So I do a tiny bit of feeding. That. We tricked them all into thinking they were being fed. Right, Shinx. Oh no, wrong button. What do I need to do to Shinx? That's how you do it. Bite, bite, different forms. Okay. Don't have any moves for that. Fine, we'll go into a battle. I get that there are some like good alphas to find, like, don't get me wrong. Like Wurmple is one that I got that is a very funny shiny. Yes. I wonder who was the first person to call them shelfers. That's the question. Because we're only really catching everything, so we can sort of grind it up into dust. And we can't get any new alphas until we beat the Cleavor. We also remember that I'm not very good at the throwing. Okay, we'll beat that one instead. Go challenge the Rapidash. Well, I can challenge it. I'm not going to get very far because I'm just going to die. It's level 40. I think I would struggle against most things level 40. I just got to do a lot of this resource management now. That's what I don't like in this game sometimes. Especially at the beginning, like, oh, you were going to annoy me, aren't you, Jinx? Good, you didn't want to attack. You can go and do your thing. Right, this is what we need. We need some of this. We worry about the team later, to be honest. We don't... We'll probably have 2 of these by the end of the game. I will probably keep the Shinx, because we do like Shinx. Nope. Oh. And the other one escaped, didn't it? Yeah, people have come up with weird names for Pokemon in these sort of games. Not all of them are good. I am not the biggest fan of the... Oh, I was hoping that would be an Eevee. Oh, look, there's a Ponyta. Let's get it. I should have probably caught enough Bidoofs by the end of this run, right? Nothing that side. I'm just going to go round each side. Oh, I do know Eevees are hard to come by, don't worry. You get like, at best 2 spawns on this map. I've actually had 2 shinies in the past for Eevee, which was very nice. Like, we're going to probably go till we actually run out of balls. Welcome in, Hacker. They are good to see in the real world. It's just the term I find a bit strange. That's more what it is. Yeah, so we're just sort of doing the very boring stuff. Yeah, we're not going after your Rapidash though. That's not happening, ironically. Yeah, they're not too difficult to come by, I found. But it's just one that you're not guaranteed each run, pretty much. Well, Paul, there we go. We've got something for that chap. Actually, I don't think I spoke to him. So maybe I didn't get it. And the sad thing is I've probably got to do the whole Spiritomb thing again, haven't I? And the unknowns. Okay, we want to go to the other side and get a couple of things. We can't only do the stuff this side. We need to get some weasels. And they're going to be hard to beat, aren't they? Where is Shinx? Alright, so... Roxy trying to get us? No, that's Nil trying to get us. Welcome in, Roxy. How are you today? We're at the very beginning of this run through. But that's why we have that noise. So we can try and trick me into thinking I've got a shiny. Oh yeah, the perfect entry one is a pain. Well, they're still pretty... is pretty a cheap redemption. I've got it on a cooldown because I knew people would go a bit crazy with it. But you're enjoying the Switch too, which is good. Have you played many... How have you played all of the games on there, or are you still just working your way through a couple at a time? Oh, look, a sleeping weasel. Can I get close enough? I never used to know that you could... I swear that must be something to do with the update. I never used to be able to see across. Oh, you're doing the permutations. Interesting. I've looked into it. I definitely don't have the patience for that. I'm one of those people that just, I hate sort of like soft resetting for anything. Okay, that's good then. Like Scarlet is just completely different now, isn't it? Uh, let's say 12. Do 12 because that's how much health I've got left before I probably get knocked out by a weasel. Right, let's just... Oh, you're over here still. What do you want to tell me over here? Yeah, I get why people do it. Don't worry. I'm happy that people enjoy it. It's just one of them where when people first started doing it, I just never put my mind into it. I'm one of those people that are very lazy and just like to casually fly around the maps. Um, and even Sword and Shield looks a lot better, to be honest. Oh, yes, I do get the challenges. One of the friends of the channel was doing a Professor Oak, or they were calling it Professor Lavington challenge, where they were doing the game from scratch, and the idea was to 100% all of the dex entries and get a shiny of every Pokemon before they leave each area. The only thing they've done slightly different is because you don't get the distortions until you get to the new area. So they sort of unlocked being able to go to the Mylands, but they haven't gone there, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can do. Like, shall we just say? Well, we got plenty of save profiles up there to do lots and lots of saves. We've got about I can't remember exactly, but we've got about 7 profiles on this. I think one doesn't have the internet, but the rest do. But for this, you don't really need the internet. The only thing it's remotely good for is a bit of getting some more of the packages dropped. That makes sense. For I just need the union with the Viola player for Paradox, Shinies and the versions, because I have to be the one who catches it. I get that. The Paradox one will be an absolute pain, but the rest isn't too bad. That would be the one thing I would say. Because like the Paradox, you don't see each other, do you, in Union Circles? In Area 0. It's very frustrating. If you do be the first shiny Wurmple, I won't be happy. But I will be happy that we finally have a shiny. That's the thing. No, I'm not jealous of that. I did spend about 3 hours in there for my previous challenge on my Scarlet save, trying to get Roaring Moon. It's a very annoying one, Roaring Moon, isn't it? Well, that definitely was the chat. Because that's a lot louder than the game. That's the thing. I need to work on the sound levels. I don't think I can catch this yet, can I? But there's no harm in trying, right? No, it's got a big X next to it. I'm not high enough level. I mainly just want to go and get a couple of the bugs, and then we'll go back to whatever we're meant to be doing. I'm hoping I can catch these. Let's see. We've only got like 20 left, which is a little bit worrying. The main reason you want the weird area is so you can sort of get around and collect junk really. I don't think I can catch them then. They seem to break out way too easily. Are they locked? No, they're not locked. I don't know why. So you found a perfect radar hunting spot. What are you trying to radar hunt? Is it still like the cricketoon, or is it something else? That's level 20. Wow, I did not realise it was that high a level. Right, and that was caught pretty easily. You might as well come with us. Get some of that. You can go in there. So we've got the routine down pretty smoothly, to say the least. That one. Pop into here. Oh no, didn't want to do that, did we? You can handle this. So, then when I was doing the Roaring Moon, I ended up getting at least 4 Zwelos for my shiny hunting every dark type Pokemon. Well, hopefully it'll be somewhere that we might be able to do a tiny bit of radar hunting. Like, I don't really want to spend too much time in that game. But I know that there are some things that are more exclusive to that game, that I will have to use it as my only option. Oh, it survived. Do I need to use one of these? We're going to try this. I can't remember if I do need to do these sort of attacks. But the fact that we are already like level 15 is pretty good. We're not too worried about everything else. We'll keep a few just in case, like, we don't need to put too much effort into that. Where am I meant to be going? Oh, right, I'm still meant to be going this way, am I? Okay. I thought we had already done all of this. We'll keep the rest just in case we get a lucky shiny. Okay. What are the main spawns in that area? Now, I know that, like, I remember the patches being quite open to a bit of everything. Okay. Because we will have to do some research. Like, there's things like Kecleon and Nincada might be a bit easier and stuff like that. So they're ones that we can look into. Like, we've got plenty of time after that game, though. We still have about another, I don't know, 1,000 to get first. I'm hoping a few of the radar ones will be in ZA as well, just to trim off that game a little bit more, because the Arceus thing is going to be a long day, a long session. Right, right, so you have finished now, so I can go here. So yeah, let's go and see, have we reached the first star level? We may bring a Weasel into the team just for a little bit, just to have a couple of other things. And we don't need Ponyta though. We'll bring that Beautifly because it's a very high level and it'll be kind of broken. Don't need 3 Starlies on my team. So what have we done? So we have finished. Nope, what am I looking at? This 9, okay, that's a bit annoying. Starly's 8, Shinx is 9, Ponyta is 6, Wurmple is done, Weasel will probably use, and I get that there won't be too high. Okay, that's not too bad to start things off, to be honest. I missed that. Did we reach level 1? Yes. And again, if you are doing a big challenge in this game, the first thing you should do is connect it to home to unlock all of the boxes. The more boxes you unlock, the better. Oddest glowing Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Floatzel, Golduck, Gastrodon. Okay. And you're going for the full shiny decks in Shining Pearl as well, or are you going just to complete the dexes? Nope. Nope, go away. We're happy. We've reached our total. Okay, I know you were working towards completing the basic decks just so you could get the shiny charms. But I thought you were going to do a bit of shiny hunting on top of that once you could. We have the heavy balls, revives. That was pretty easy. So now you've done this, you can now unlock the next area, so we will probably run straight up and do with the Crocotoon. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to mess around. I just want the weird ear. It's something I did notice in this game is you two level up so fast after the first area. I couldn't believe it when I do like the Nuzlocke. You pretty much spend about 15 minutes in each map if you need to. Like, other than the basic travelling from it. But you've got to do like 2 battles. You'll have the weird ear. You can run around. So that is very nice. And then, as we said, we want to find the first shiny of the day. It would be very nice to get 1 shiny. Just 1. Because this is day 5. Get hunt without thinking about chips. Yeah. Well, the radar hunting probably makes it more difficult, doesn't it? Because you're going for a lot of the rarer spawns. But I've found just leveling up was annoying me in that game when I was catching like 2 Psyducks to get a Golduck and so on and so forth. I know the underground is very helpful for a lot of spawns. That's a nice, especially like the starters. Now I have to battle her. I knew I had to do it eventually. We'll change the Pokemon later. I'm not that bothered. It's not a great idea that I'm taking her on with 3 Starlies on my team. But we'll fix that. We'll definitely fix that. Plenty of time. We may start with a Starly though, just so it will use one of its stronger moves. No, I get that completely. Like, a lot of these games are going to be a lot more difficult to deal with full odds. I know that for a fact. Like even with the shiny charm, I hate Sword and Shield for it. I'm not as bad with Scarlet and Violet because you see so many, and this isn't. I just think this is one of those that you can play for hours on Shiny Hunt if you're not worried. But so this is the battle you've got to make sure you sort your team out for. And make sure that whatever you've got at the top is not weak to electricity. It usually goes first as well, which is the worst thing about this battle. It always beats you for speed. And that happens. So that's the one you've got to be most prepared for if you're doing a Nuzlocke. And especially when you think about it, you can have an Oshawott or a Rowlet, so 2 of them are actually quite weak. Yeah, that's the thing with shiny hunting. It's become more accessible because it's slightly, well, the odds are dramatically better than when they first introduced it. But it also loses that appeal. Like, you can see why a lot of people didn't used to do it, because of those odds are still not casually friendly, if that makes sense. Like, now are you teaching me about types? We'll probably never come here again. I'm going to be honest. I don't really care about the story. No, we'll do what we need to do for the stories. We'll keep the Bidoof on the team because it will be needed for the Bidoof invasion angle, won't it? Which is kind of important, yes. We know how to play this game. We definitely do. We have played it for years. Ooh. And remember, our shiny nickname theme is countries. So if we do get a shiny, that is what we have to name it after a country. You're a long way away. Why are you so far away? Crafting materials. Oh, I do get some money. What did I need? I needed these. That'll do. Because I was a bit lazy at collecting them. What I wanted to make maximum. That'll do. So we got plenty. We're going to go round because we do want to add some things to the team. There's no more missions to do. Okay. Not a worry. But we need to go and see this lady and see if she'll give us some of our monsters. Like, as we said, the beautiful eye will be quite good to add to the team. Because it is very high level. We can get rid of one Starly. And I want to put a Weasel on the team, why not? The rest. We're not deleting it, as we said, we need to get 2 boxes worth before we get the mass releases. And that's kind of big. I think these kids want a Pokeball when they give you some stuff. No, not yet. Okay. And you wanted to see a Shinx. And I have the Shinx. Nope. Oh no. Yep, you can go in there. Did you want to see the Shinx? You wanted to see the Shinx. Okay. I knew one of them did. That's a mission. That's completed. That was difficult. What do you give me? Potion. A potion. Really? Okay, whatever. Right, let's put some crap away. As we say, we don't really use the berries. We'll put that away for now. That can go away, and so can that. That is the organize button, and we'll keep it at that. Let's go. Right, let's go. Yeah, the blazer one is annoying until you can unlock the alphas. Once you unlock the alphas, it's pretty nice and easy. You just give him an alpha one. But when you start thinking about them, it's really annoying because you sort of stare at them, isn't it? There are a lot that are a bit annoying. But that's if we want to perfect all the dexes. Like, we're going to be thinking about that once we've beaten this chap. That's probably the first moment we'll worry about that. The main goal is just to get to level 10. Really? Well, that's how you get your shiny charm, isn't it? Like, anything else is just bonus material. Right. And I remember not to die. Not to die. Actually, the thing I need to put on is actually the internet. I keep forgetting to connect online. It says if I die, someone might find my bag and save the day. Right. That is this button. That's not internet. So this just gives you more bags to find, basically, which is going to be helpful. And will automatically connect to the internet. Yes. No. Yes. I always wondered why there was a mystery gift thing, because, again, I've never really seen the mystery gifts be relevant. Do we need to fin Bidoof? We need to defeat one Bidoof. Okay, we'll defeat a Bidoof. Um, that I'm not going to spend too much time catching this time because there's a lot on the other side of the river to do, which would be quite nice to get on the team. That's going to run away, isn't it? And this helps with Shinx. See, a lot of it is just having like a team you can rotate around and do a lot of catching of. That's like the hardest part of this game, is just preparing for everything, especially if you want the perfecting stuff. And I keep forgetting that this was actually an option button to check this. So if we can catch one more, we've done Starly. So that isn't too bad. We're going to try 2 because it's 2 without catching. Without being seen. But as we said, Weird Ear just unlocks so much more. Like, you can get around the map properly. What do we need to do? We need to catch 2 more. Defeat with a ground move, or see use bite. Or catch the other form. What is this? This is a female one. Surely we would have caught at least 1 male. And escaped. That looks caught, right? Done. But we'll do this battle. This one shouldn't be. It'll be annoying because the Munchlax is hard, strong. But yeah, you have to have the first badge before you can cross the river officially. And then you have to beat Munchlax Lady, because she'll be your best friend later in the game. Of course. That is always a good thing, to have somebody who is helpful. So yeah, let's get this. I would love to get 1 shiny today, because this is day 5 of this challenge and we still haven't got one. And I feel like this is the game that's really prepared you for shinies. Because I'm not treating it as a Nuzlocke, I don't really mind if things die. Is that a bad thing to say? I want to use Bite, because that was one of the moves I had to see it do as well. Munchlax does hit hard, so now we can do this. Get a Paralyze maybe? No, okay. We're alive! And we'll try another Bite then. Yeah, we don't mind if Shinx dies. But I don't know whether these would be considered the boss battles for you. But they're the ones that can be annoying. Probably Aerial Ace will do. We were always likely to get less at the start. Yes, I do know. One part of me thinks I should have maybe dedicated a week to each game, rather than bounce between 3 or 4 of them. So if I'd just done like a week on Violet, I could have got to Area 0, and Sword's different, we got to the DAs pretty easily. But then maybe a week on this. But the problem is this game is one of the quieter games if you're streaming, because there isn't too much you can do. Like, even with the races, I need it unlocked before we get going. But they're still waiting. I still got the box of cards here, ready to be used. So I'm not sure whether to do like a weekly or a monthly update on the challenge, because it depends how often we do things. Like at the moment, my current plan for the next day off is actually next Thursday. Got a bit crazy, not really planning anything for the next couple of weeks. But that could change. It's always subject to change. And that's the main reason why I did do it. I didn't want to get locked in, because we had just done the type lock. So we had done a bit of a playthrough of that game. We have been doing DAs a lot, and we had mixed that up quite a lot. And of course this game, like this bit, as we say, is pretty quick. We'll get through it relatively smoothly. Cricketoon is done. All sparkling stuff. We might as well just kind of catch... No, never. We don't need to deal with you. You can do whatever you want to do. But that's the other reason why I've put Let's Go down as just once a week at the moment. This is why I need to buy a lot of balls. Dear. Because we're not very good at this catching gimmick. What would you like? Because the other side, there's a bit of a drawback. If I had just done one game, if I had finished it, then I would want to do the shiny hunting in it. So this week is sort of designed to be a bit of an introduction to the challenge and what we're trying to achieve with the new save files, rather than just jumping in day one. This is ready to go. Now, I could easily have done all of this off stream, but then if I got a shiny, it wouldn't... I would catch it technically, but it wouldn't feel like it was part of the challenge. Okay, I didn't really want to fight this one. Welcome in, Mr. Belgium. How are you? We are getting good at this game, I hope. You know yourself, this bit is a bit on the slow side, but I'm happy to be back in this game for a little while. I believe you were one of the people that were here when we got the shiny Alpha Bidoof as well. I did want to catch one of these, but no. Will that do enough? And then you can battle. Yeah, that's good, good. I've decided I'm only putting the VODs up Monday to Friday starting in July too. Very nice. I do love... The Hoppit line is one of my low-key favourite shiny like cycles, because they're all like... The form is one colour out, if that makes sense. Like, it's one of the few that actually does it that way, if not the only one. So that's why I kind of love like shiny Hoppit more than a lot of the others. It's more for the colouring system. Oh, we can evolve our Starly already. No, we want to do that. You know, this is where I got to check the volume, because it is allowed of evolution method, right? We've done the Starly stuff, which was important. Like the same with the Cyndaquil stuff. I think it's all done. Level 10. Because if I mess up Cyndaquil, it's a problem, because I can't get one till the end of the game. Right, I feel like we've done more than it says I have. I don't know why. No, I've literally just been running up this hill, haven't I? For the last, like, 5 minutes. Again, we'll go and do catching after we've blocked. You know, we'll just battle it. We'll beat this, it's easy to beat. It'll be worse when we get angry at Let's Go, let's be honest. I was trying to figure out how to get the mouse thing to work on the Switch 2 yesterday as well. And I couldn't figure it out, or Fortnite isn't connected to the mouse yet. Right, this thing, we'll start with this. Toxtricity, surely those evolutions, they can be. I kind of like them. I think it's just, it really puts you into, it feels like they're out evolving rather than pop. Toxtricity is just creepy though. That's the thing with Toxtricity, especially the crawling motion it has. Like when you see it in the main world, it just walks around like a wavy inflatable arm man thingy, and then in the DAs it's sort of like this crawling lizard from hell. There's everybody's favourite cry in the world. I'm not going to make the noise. I'm not good at Pokemon cries. And I get healed, so that's good. I just got to make sure we have to avoid the devil of the game that is coming up soon. Right next to Jinx. The forgotten Pokemon of Gen 1. I always feel sorry for Jinx. Because like, you look at it and go, Electabuzz, Magmar, Jinx, and the other one. What's the other one? There's 4 of them, isn't there? I forgot what the other one is. That doesn't make sense. That's the forgotten one. But you have those 3, say, and they all got baby forms. But then Jinx never got a next evolution form compared to Electabuzz and Magmar. I always feel like it wasn't loved. Okay, I thought I had a flying move on this. That was clever. It's only level 10. And then you have like Cypher that got the evolution and Pinsir just got replaced. Don't be Drifblim again. Drifblim was my first ever shiny in this game. It's no, Drifloon was the first shiny. And I didn't even need the sparkling noise to see it. I just saw a yellow balloon in the distance. But you on paper you could have maybe said the same about Electabuzz or Magmar. Because it's more like looking at what their stats were and everything. That's more what I mean by Jinx. It's the one that they all went out their way to give them something special. They had some off-field issues, as if they'd say in football. Porygon, Jinx, quite a few Mons lost out on the long run. Yeah, Porygon nearly killed everyone, didn't it, in the episode? And Jinx got backlash for the original design. But did you happen to see the big news today that apparently the Switch 2 sold 3.5 million units in 4 days, making it the fastest selling games console of all time? And that's more than the PS5 did in a month, to say the least. And it's already a quarter of the Wii U's sales in the history of the Wii U, or something like that I saw. So yeah, that is kind of funky. I should have read Wild sooner. Worldwide. That's what Nintendo of America are announcing. I know America's famous for exaggerating things, but it feels like it's something Nintendo in general were trying to spread the word. But in like 4 days, and they still have enough to pick up in store. Like they were actually smart enough to make enough before releasing it, unlike Sony, who just thought nobody will want a PS5, but didn't have enough on the shelves. So that helps a lot. Well, we caught some more Pokemon. Do I have to go and find out about... Oh, I forgot what I got to do. But we have the new camp, so we can go to the camp first. So that's good, actually. We've done quite a few. We only caught the first Kricketune. We've battled a few. We'll probably see them jump out of the ores. That'll be fine. Star Raver, we've only just got, so we don't have to worry about that yet. Nearly got to level 2. That would have been quite good. But again, we want weird here, then we'll do a bit of running around the map to catch stuff. But the good thing is Jinx is better than Magmar and Electabuzz in the DAs. That's the good thing about it. We always come here for dinner, and he's secretly spying on us. It's great. Let's get this going. So that, like, an hour and 20 minutes, we might finally get to the weird ear. maybe we get it now. And then, should we just speedrun a bit? Should we catch stuff? We might do a lap of the map, maybe. One of them wanted to see the Starly page, didn't they? Oh no, these two are fighting. Do I have to get involved? Nope. I don't know which team we're going to pick. I don't think it really matters because you get both, don't you? I don't know enough about base stats, to be honest, sadly. I'm one of these weird people that just plays the games and hopes that they're strong enough. I very, very, very rarely look at stats. Gotta go in here again. I might as well give this guy a whirlpool, mightn't I? I know he wants one. Just take it. Be happy. We're not giving it a shiny. Or an alpha shiny. But if we beat the Cleaver, we can open up more alphas. So there is that. It doesn't matter. You've got a bad name, whatever you pick, mate. It's not a country, let's be honest. We did say you had to pick a country as your nicknames if they were shiny, so that's why you don't get a shiny. Because you have bad nickname taste. Right, we've got to go upstairs, but we might as well pick up all of these while we can. Bobison, Badoof. Don't think I need to do this one yet, to be honest. Due to myself, but okay, no other requests. I wish they'd put an escalator in these games. I say that every time I play it. Oh, you want to see a Geodude, I think, to help build? Well, you want a Geodude to help you build? Yeah. Don't go anywhere. Oh, bye then. Okay, that's another one on the checklist. You can have that in a minute. We just got to deal with this. The ability to be claiming Jinx up there with the fully booked Pokemon. The main reason I brought it up was more to do with the fact that in Gen 4 there was a lot of seemingly random Pokemon that got second or new evolution lines, and it was more that they made a big point to do a couple of the Gen 1s things like Lickitung, Rhydon, Electabuzz, Magmar, and Jinx is just one in that little group that got completely forgotten. Like Cypher had Scizor, Gyarados was already a fan favourite, Porygon had some. And it's sort of in that little group that you get quite late game. That's what I mean. It just feels weird that they didn't, and it doesn't say that it should have. It's just one that felt like they looked at and gone, we'll leave that one. It's a bit like, as I said, they forgot, Pinsir just got ignored once they released Heracross, and it works better with Cypher. That's more what it is. It's not so much that it should have had one and it needed one. It was more, they did it with a lot of the others in that sort of selection, and that was one that sort of just never got mentioned. I know there's rumours it was meant to get a Mega. It was always meant to be like the next one on the list that should have had one in Kalos, but we don't know, really. Maybe, you never know with what they're going to say and do, and then there's people that have already started spreading rumours, and you don't know what is real and what isn't real. Like, the leaks thing didn't help at all, because one of the things that came out of the leaks, that's not a spoiler, is that this game was going to be voice acted, which would have been very interesting. Hello, Shirio. How are you today? Where are we going? Where are we going? Down the stairs. Uh, yeah, there's a lot that could. Let's put it that way nowadays. Well, the thing that I will always go back to is there might be leaks. I may have seen them by mostly accident. But there was also the same people that said the next Pokemon game that was going to come out was going to be a Gen 5 remake after Scarlet and Violet. And they were adamant that was what we were getting. And then it was the aim. So I take everything with a pinch of salt. Is that from doing a little bit more getting back on your feet that's making you sore? Mainly, I would imagine. But at least you're on the mend. That's the key thing. And is your sister home now, or is she still away on holiday? I think I saw that she was home. But I can't quite remember. I sort of blurred out some of the stream yesterday. I don't want to see them. It's just something keeps popping up whenever I go on Twitter because it keeps resetting it to not my following list, if that makes sense. I was saying, are you sore because you've been doing a lot more getting back out upon your feet? And was your sister home from a holiday as well? Yeah, Gen 5 is literally a remake, isn't it? Yeah. And that's what I sort of said, like, a lot of the rumours are kind of what people want, not what actually coming out. I am good, Sheria, thank you. I just can't wait to actually get going in this game properly. I still think there will be Gen 5 remakes, because so like the main reason I think Gen 5 will be the main one that gets remade is because the virtual stores all got shut. So there isn't a way to pick up that game and play Black and White and complete it with one DS anymore. So that's my thinking as why we'll get a Black and White remake. But I think they may merge it into one, so it's not 1 and 2, you'll get both. You're here to con me, sir. I don't really need to do too much, but we'll leave this for now. And that's the other side of it as well. Like, this is kind of the BDSP hand in hand. But then other people think that there'll be the equivalent of the virtual games console coming into the game as well. So, some people think Gen 1 to 3 will get like be on the NSO, a bit like your virtual games console, or they'll do like a special pack or something. So there's plenty that could happen. We just got to wait and see what they decide to do. Now, we know we're due more, definitely. And maybe they're just saving up to let the Switch 2 get a few more sales before jumping in at it. Are you... No, remember, we do have a Pokemon Day in, what, a month or so now? Where I think there's a guarantee that we're going to get told about a new game. I know there's going to be a lot about Champions. That'll be interesting. I'm definitely going to learn something about Champions, but I don't know what. And obviously we'll get a little bit of news about ZA, but there's got to be something else. They wouldn't call a whole presents just for those two games. But I wouldn't, but then it is Pokemon. You never know. Let's put some stuff away. You know what, we could start training up the Typhlosion, couldn't we? Because we're going to keep the Typhlosion on the team to the end. I tend to put all of it actually on defense first. They could see them do famous solo creating Pokemons for new consoles. X and Y are pretty late for ADS. Yes. I do think Gen 10 will not be on the Switch 1 though. That's the one thing I think is a guarantee. And I think we can already see why. We'll go to the Highlands because I think we've got to go a bit further along. Right. I probably can make some more of the balls actually before we run away. Not too many, but a few. Right. No, we still don't have weird here. What? Oh, we've got to actually run through Paris land. We don't care enough to deal with that. If we go down here, we can slide, right? Oop. Oop. Yeet, as they would say. Yeet. Oh, that's what we need. We need more of this, really. But they released and it won't be long till Gen 6 release. Probably also think they would be a max of 30-second Gen 10 reveal. Oh, I agree that won't be very much. I just think that there's got to be something there that's worth keeping rather than just here is our game. Our what's it called? Pokemon Champions game that might not be very good. If this is a Burmy in one go. No, good. You are the bane of my existence. But there's quite a lot they could do, because I imagine there might be a little bit of hyping up Colosseum and Gale of Darkness as well. Like there's going to be some stuff that's different in that game to what it... I don't think it'll be like the core of what it was on the GameCube. I think there's going to be something to make it stand out a little bit more. Oh, you know what, we can't be bothered. You can go away. But we caught a Burmy. It wasn't shiny. My paranoia wants to check all of the trees. Just in case. We get it very early. I think it will be a bit of a reveal more to do with where it is rather than actually showing us too much about it. If they did something. We're honest. What if burst rate of 20 seconds? I think the room with the orange grapes. I think it sort of hinted at your starters, didn't it? When they did the very first one. They make a GBA DS thing where previous gens playable on the Switch 2. Yes, I would love to see a DS sort of port. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a couple of years away because I think that could have been a selling point for the Switch 2 if they were going to push for it. It seems a bit crazy that they wouldn't put it out there as like something you could get at the beginning if it's going to come out like 2-3 months later. And there isn't too much on the current GameCube one. And I know one of the theories was because there's a dock thing at the top of the Switch too. Like some people theorise that could be for a second screen, and hence making it a DS. But I don't know completely whether it will be a definite sort of thing. And I've always said I would love to see them just release one where you could put your cartridge into it. Like that would be for me. That is my dream scenario. Baneri, we'll get a Baneri. I like how it's actually sleeping in the water. Right. But again, I think we're a long way from any of these extra bits at the moment. And that was another thing, like if people don't own them, they make more money to sell them. That's kind of why there's like this deeper theory that they wouldn't release the Gem 1 to freeze, because why would they make everyone buy it in the 3DS Virtual Store and then release it on the Switch? It would upset their audience too much, because then you would have to rebuy it. Yes, definitely. Like, but as I said, I think that I can't see them being naive enough to not put the 3DS on the day one. This is what is coming. Even if it was coming next year, I feel they would have said something. I don't think it's something they'll go, oh, by the way, we're going to put the 3DS stuff. It just feels like something that will come out at the earliest 3 or 4 years down the line. But again, we have to remember, not a single mainline game has been ported in any of the Pokemon games, or even Game Boy. So I can't really see it happening early, even if they did. All we get is like the third party or the spin-offy games, whatever you want to call them, like the trading card game, the stadiums, the Snap. So that's another side of it. We've never had like just red and blue put on the main one. But we'll go back to what we always come back to, Boy from Belgium, when we discuss this, is they have to rip out the game corner to sell it. And I don't know whether they would want to do that. Yeah, the main reason we were discussing this, we've been discussing this probably for about 6 months, is the main reason why they have not re-released Gen 1, 2 and 3 is because of the game corner. And the game corner in some countries, especially the UK, would make those Pokemon games the highest game rating, like the same age rating as a Grand Theft Auto, because of the gambling. And it's kind of ruined them. So they have to complete, if they re-release them, they have to make the game corner not part of the game. It's a bit like how in Let's Go it's not a thing. It's in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, it's Voltorb Flip. Because it's not gambling, it's a strategy game, Voltorb Flip. It can be done. It's all about brain power, not spinning some roulette wheels. Oras doesn't have a game corner compared to Ruby and Sapphire. It's really complicated. Someone put a whole video together, but the whole concept is that they have to rip them out and not allow that as part of the main core game, and it's whether they want to do it. That's the problem, and that's why I think if they do it, they've got to do something very fancy with the releases, because I don't think the core red and blue is going to sell, because even people playing it at this moment, there's mechanics that are so broken that I think the new audience would get very frustrated with. Exactly, they have to remove a lot of the bugs that Gen 1 and 2 have as well. They can't just throw it out there for the public. That's the problem. And it's a lot of horrible technical terms and stuff, but it's there, and it's something people have to just get used to at the moment. But again, I would love to be proven wrong, and they do release something where you can play the old games on the Switch. I'm just worried that I don't know. I guess this sort of goes back to Boy from Belgium. Do you reckon they'll do like what Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior Monsters did, and release a core disc console version of the free games, or will it just be something thrown on NSO? To make the expense shop for the GC ones. But that's what I mean, they have to do something to really think about it. So what I mean is it's not something you need the NSO passes to get to play, if that makes sense. You could, if you were someone who doesn't use the internet, doesn't play online, you'd need the internet to download it, but that's what I mean. So do you think they would just give you would have to buy the game rather than buy the pass to play the game? That's more the question. But the other side of it is some countries will allow that game to come out without any problems. Now, I imagine that there would be a very, very strict ban in Belgium on it, because I know how bad some of the gaming stuff is over there, and how much they really restrict a lot. Like, you can't even legally play the trading card pocket game. So, yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, they do like to do their own thing. Out of all of the games that we've actually played of all the NSO games, I think I played the TCG or the trading card game for about 2 hours because I forgot how slow it was at the beginning. I used to really enjoy it, but it just got a bit boring. That was the one. I would love to try the sequel one, which I believe only came out in Japan. But because there's just so many cards out there now, it's really hard to really get invested in that sort of game. So that's a thing. But I will say that at the end of the day, I would love to see it come out. I would love to see a way to play the old games and it be all connected to home and all that. Because you could imagine if you picked up a copy of Red, just say for example, and then you could go and put that Pokemon in Champions now instantly. That would be quite interesting. But imagine if they put something in like the back door of Champions where they put the basic ROM pretty much of the game. That would be interesting. But there has also got to be some form of true motivation why they took down all of the popular 3DS emulators, because they made it very clear that they were only ever emulators, not the way to play the game. So technically they never did anything wrong because emulating is legal. Fair enough. There's some good ones in Area Zero. Get the Brute Bonnet. I do like Brute Bonnet. We have our right Pokemon. So, what do I want to do? I just worried they'll own thing and ruin my home living decks. I think your home living decks will be fine. Like, they're smart enough to know that that is one of their big paydays that people have home. Like, it's not a lot, but what is it, £15 to £20 a year, give or take? And if you think how many people are probably using it, they're not going to take that away for a long time. It would be very naive, and it's not something like, even if it's that much, that's good money for them. They're never going to take that away. Like, this one. We can make 9. No, actually, we can make 9. We might as well get some of these. Right, let's go and do this Cleavor. I can't jump very high, so I'm going to actually do a little tour. You never know, we might find a shiny. Actually, we can go and check up here. So let's go over. We want to try and get a Stantler, to be honest. Or a Chimchar. Not yet then. About down there. That's just the other stuff. Okay. Yeah, so we got plenty of stuff that I think we're... there's so much that they don't tell us. Like I've said it before, I think Nintendo are a lot better than their reputation suggests. And just by the number that they've sold, I think kind of tells you that the pricing wasn't too bad for the console itself. So there is that to look at. So let's see. I'm worried they think there is too much cheating in the old games. I think they had a new anti-cheat software recent tournaments. Yes, there is something that it reads the home entry to see whether it came from a legitimate copy of the game. So everything that you've done for your challenge, everything is off a real copy of the game, isn't it? So your stuff will be absolutely perfect. It's just it won't let you use it in competitive. Anything that's come from other sources. It isn't your fault at times. But as long as you're not using it in anything competitive, you should be fine. That's kind of what they've done. So I don't know the exact wording of the code, but all I know is there is some form of code that goes on your Pokemon ID now that sort of says where it came from, and it can't be manipulated through cloning or something like that. It's complicated to really know the exact wording for it, but that's what I remember seeing. But I think I actually remember. I think Boy from Belgium mentioned something about a countdown clock on Bank. But that was the only thing I remember seeing. I'm hoping had to buy 2 or 3 games used. The price seemed genuine. Are they 3DS games or older games that you got secondhand? That would be the next question. As in Game Boy Advance. But again, because you're not using it competitively, it shouldn't ever be affected. Because they have like a little code to check the competitive viability of it. So the majority of Pokemon now will be available on the Switch. I think everything will, outside of mythicals, you'll be able to get. So, Boy from Belgium, did you look into that emulator, the GB adapter thing that you can plug in your red, blue, ruby things in, for example? Because I forgot what it's called. But I know that Boy from Belgium's looked at it, and it might be something you could have a look at yourself, but it would only really benefit anything that's GBA or older. Yeah, is it GBA operator? The one where you pretty much plug it into your PC and it's all like, it's only GBA though. I thought there was a Game Boy version of it as well. Or older. Because I thought that's what one of the friends of the channel, KBD, was using. If I'm not mistaken. For his yellow copy of the game. But the idea of it is, if it's a fake game, it won't play it or won't let you use it. Pretty much. That's the key thing about that. So it's all built-in protection to stop people getting messed over, basically. We might as well actually evolve some of these things. There's a device that could transfer from Gen 2 to Gen 3. Is it? I think we may be talking about the different thing. It's the one Dorcas and mentioned as well. I thought there was another name for it. But it was one where you pretty much just put your cartridge in and it just plays it on your computer. And that's pretty much how it works. Yeah. So my point is that if you've got anything Game Boy Advance or older, if you were to get that as like an investment, you could put the games in there to make sure they were completely legal, because it will read counterfeit games. That's what I was getting to the point of. Welcome in. How are you doing? We are back with our Switch 2 Shiny Living Text Chaos, where we're going to have fresh saves on every Switch game to begin shiny hunting. We've done 3 days on our Violet save, 1 day on our Sword, and today we start our Legends one. There might be as well, I'm not completely sure, to be honest. I'm just trying to give you an idea of something that can be used now, because then if you play them on your PC, you can also, it gives you the option to play it a bit faster as well. Yeah, so that's kind of, but if you've only got Ruby, then you might not want to do it, if that makes sense. I believe pretty much everything is available to use on the Switch 2. I think there's something about, they're called different L's or something, I think. But I can't remember which one's which. I haven't actually got a Switch 2 cartridge at the moment, so I can't have a look at it, but there's 3 different terms at the bottom of them, and each one tells you whether it's exclusive to a Switch 2, so like Mario Kart World will have that one, but things like Legends Arceus might have both. Legends EA, I mean, will have both. So that's the main one. But the only problem is it's no good for your 3DS games. I imagine that's going to be even more awkward when you get to the 3DS games. Because you will need, you kind of want both screens, don't you? This thing isn't running after me, I'm not impressed. Right. So this one's the easiest challenge, to be honest. You do and you don't, I think. It kind of depends if you want people to see what's happening at the bottom. Sometimes isn't very much, but it's probably a little bit more helpful. Like black and white, like you could probably get away with it for black and white, but like X and Y, the sun and the moon, you may want that part of it. But oh, I actually got hit. What's going on? You gonna carry on just standing there? Wait, you actually made it through that one? I was not expecting that. Bye bye. It's only level 18. There we go. That's done. Yeah, so go back to the cartridges. There is three. That one is a Switch game that is not going to work on the Switch 2. So it's sort of like there's very few of them. I don't know a good example, but it's sort of like some of the ones that need certain control methods. Then there's the one that works on both, and then there's one that will be Switch 2 only. Pretty much. Cleavor is getting peanut butter tree. So LB, LN, and LN. LB is Switch 2 only. LN is usable on both consoles. So like, oh yeah, that's what it was. It's basically a CD, like for an old PC game. That was the one. So like Cyberpunk is LN, no LB, no, yeah. Cyberpunk is LB. The one you mentioned is LN, and Street Fighter, I think it is probably the LP one. I think that's how it pretty much breaks it down to. So with the Switch 1 games, there is meant to be a list somewhere on the Nintendo website of the very few that will not work on the Switch 2. Is there certain... Are you only looking to play a couple of games, or is there a lot you were trying to play on both? It's probably the best way to go through it. Oh, the cartridges fit in both. All the Switch 1 cartridges fit in the Switch 2. I think if the game doesn't work on the Switch 2, it will just give you a message to say this game is not compatible, but it won't break it putting it in the Switch 2. That's pretty much what it is. I was surprised the Pikmin one doesn't work, to be honest, but I'll be honest, I thought that was like one of their main titles, but I don't know if it's something to do with how you control stuff in the game. I've never played them. WarioWare is different from what I remember. Someone saying it's how you play the game and what you need to play the game. That's why it doesn't work. It's those games that have like funky mechanics that really cause the problems, or they're not like carried over to mechanics, pretty much. But this game is the Switch 1 cartridge playing on the Switch 2 without any problems. We've done Sword without any problems, and they're exactly the same cartridge as BDSP games. So we might as well do some catching. You know, we're here. We don't really want to unlock. We might as well try and get some stuff we don't have. Okay, maybe not that. We'll try and catch some stuff, yeah. That might be why it took a bit longer for him to get finished with it, to be honest. Like, Switch range cartridge player will switch to unless they require switch. I think even like the only Pokemon one that had an upgrade was Violet and Scarlet. I don't think there was too much that needed to change. Like, you did the update on your Switch 1 actually. There was an update for Scarlet and Violet a couple of days before it came out, and that sort of puts it all on there already. But as soon as you put it in, it should be working. I think I think it was already upgraded on the Switch 1. That's what I saw some people mentioning. But you can put them like this had an update for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't know what it was downloading, but it did do some. I'm pretty sure you could still play it without the upgrade because it's just going to be playing the game you already own. But if you've got the cartridge, it's just some of like the gimmicks around it, but that could be one. I don't even know what the update was, if I'm honest. I just literally don't know what was happening, but it just kept trying to download something for ages. When I tried to do a practice bit this morning, I don't know what it was doing. But I went to put this in and it just sort of needs a software update. Okay, do the update. And it sort of downloaded it and then it just went and did it. I think it was trying to do it for every profile. But I don't know if it did 7 times, but then suddenly it downloaded it and it worked fine. So, yeah, that was something I did have that I wasn't sure what was going on. But when it comes to the Zelda ones, I'm not 100% sure if they can still work naturally. But I imagine they would. It's just, it would trigger a, do you want to download stuff? I don't actually know anyone who plays the Zelda games, sadly, or has tried them without the upgrade. But I think it was downloading the massive Mass Outbreak update onto the game, onto the system, when I was trying to load it up. Because I think it said it was copy 1.1, which I know is different. I'm pretty sure it's different. Right, let's see if we can get some more bugs. I kind of want the Buizel to get better. But I don't know if it was an update as such. It was just getting the DLC. If that makes sense. Will that be enough? No. What about this one? We don't have one, so we might as well try and catch one of them. That was new. That's good. And maybe... Oh no, not you. I wanted you, but you're going to be annoying. No Cherum. I happened to look right at chat when you did that. But we better catch this. I think the visuals of the Zelda games will be a free upgrade, but it's all of like the little bits and pieces, sort of like the tracking stuff that they want to do and the downloading the schematics for other stuff. But I don't actually know enough about it to really commit to an answer that makes sense or is correct. Can we catch this? Or is this too high a level? Maybe too high a level. No, we can't catch it, so we'll leave it. We probably could go round by the Snorlax now, couldn't we? Maybe we'll try and get a Machop. We've got to go right round anyway. Actually, it'll be good to go to the camp, because then we can dump the rubbish that we've got that we don't need. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to try and trick people into the shiny noise. Because I kind of have to keep a good eye on the chats as well, which doesn't help. I also want to check for the Munchlax, because they're the most annoying thing, aren't they? I need to be locked in, that's why the noise is here. That's the good thing with this game, I don't need to stare at everything. Oh, we need some balloons. No, that's actually a Pokeball. Right, let's make some more then. Why not? We'll start with the 2 of these I can make. 2. Okay, I thought I had more items than that. Right, we should have kept that. No, 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 no. We'll keep the potions for now, I guess. Right. Yes. Much next are you going to be here? Oh, a shaking tree. Do we get an early Burmy? No, we don't. Sadly. But at least we can get the Staravia prepared. No, I need to go back across the bridge the boring way, don't I? Because I can't swim. I keep forgetting that you can't swim. Sparkly. Yeah, so going back to what was being asked about the... oh, actually, a Munchlax. What was being asked about the cartridges like, and the updates is like... I didn't really do much research, to be honest. There was, outside of Mario Kart, there wasn't actually anything that was that interesting for the Switch 2, personally, for me. I've never played a Zelda game, so I'm not really too knowledgeable about what would happen with them. Sadly. I would love to be more knowledgeable on it, but I can't really help there. So one of the things we need to get is wood, so we can get the Pokedoll thing made. Right, see if we can get one of the Cascoon, is it? I think up here, usually something up here, isn't there? There we go, Cascoon. Right, what we want to do is actually go up here now and start getting some of these things done. There's quite a lot you can sort of get along this path. And we can just buy the apricorns, I don't worry too much. I do kind of wish you could actually throw the Pokeball while riding. That's a different day's problem. Why can't you get up there? That looks like an easy jump. There we go. There we go. So we can get up here when we shouldn't really be able to get up here. We don't really want to do battles because we will die. Microwave will welcome in. That is an interesting first message. How are you today? Welcome into our attempt at a shiny living form dex from scratch on the Switch 2. This is day 1 on Legends Arceus. But we might be getting more than I thought we would done, to be honest. I just came this way to do some catching, really. Because I know that there's a few things we can get over here. And get some items, of course. Well, that is too close for my liking. That is going to hurt. Sadly, we still have not found a shiny on this challenge. Even on day 5. Yes, the Staraptors are very scary. I think with the game being as broken as it is for mechanics, I may have been able to beat it. I didn't really look at what level it was. But it's this bit at the start that's quite resource heavy, where you've literally just got to get as much as you can. That is a bit annoying. Ooh. Shaking trees. Every shaking tree is important. Just in case. But no. As you can see, we're sort of getting to a stronger level. Good to see. Should have just tried to catch it, shouldn't I, instead of trying to fight it. What was I thinking? Why not just catch it? That's escaped, hasn't it? I forgot what you have to beat Wormadam with, whether it's fire or flying. But we'll do a little bit with this. So even if we get a couple of the rewards, it's good. Pretty much. Okay, that wasn't too difficult. It depends which one you're facing. They're all slightly different secondary typings. This one is, I'm pretty sure, is grass bug. But it is, yeah. It's not necessarily what the typing is. It's just like you've got to beat them with a special move, don't you? That's what I always forget which one it's going to be. You are annoying, Mimey, and so are you. You, yeah, for the Pokedex challenges, it's going to be one I'm going to have to slowly work up to perfection. Sadly. But I think the Burmy is flying. And I guess the other one might be fire, but okay. Why me? That's an alpha. We don't want the alpha because we can't get the alpha. You can come with us. Don't worry. There's some more Mimey Juniors. I may do the bothersome Bidoof in a minute so I can get rid of Bidoof from the team. That one's asleep. Damn it. That one is asleep. This could be something that's part of the challenge. Sneak. That escaped, didn't it? Yeah, we'll come back for that later. We don't want any of this. Abras could be a problem in the future. We'll worry about Abra later. Let's unlock the next map. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be smarter, I feel. Plenty to go through. I keep forgetting I can't fly. I don't know why I forget that I can't fly, but I do. You know, we'll just fly back. Don't need to worry about the rest. Let's just get back. Let's get back to the main area. We've done what we need to do. Still no shinies. We won't empty the boxes yet because I said we need to get 2 full boxes before we get the mass release feature, which is kind of important because it's very annoying. So we've done... Oh, this page, please. Luxio needs to do quite a lot still, sadly. Munchlax we only caught 1. Cricketoo we only caught a couple. You're nearly done. That's the price. So Burmy is flying. Pichu... Okay, it was a small one. That's not too bad. Combi, Cypher... So a lot of this is just getting 1 done, which is fine. You just need to come out of trees. Well, we don't get the weather down, so we didn't catch it. I forgot that. We just defeated it. I can probably look. So let's go and get the next couple of bits done for the story. If we can beat the Ursaluna, that would be kind of nice, I think. We could probably, if once we've beaten Ursaluna, we could actually do the Lilligant stuff, because that's just dodging badly. And then suddenly we've done 2 maps in 1 day, which is really good, to be honest. And we can start doing unknowns as well. And also Spiritomb stuff, but I probably would want to do that last. Yeah, that may be more sensible to do that last. Items, we did pick up a lot of crap, didn't we, on that last run around. And we will probably have to speak to Baggins again soon. But now when we go to that first map, we'll have more alphas that are going to be catchable alphas. With that, it's kind of big, because catchable alphas give more money and experience and stuff like that. So that is good. I think this will unlock us next star rating. So we made it to level 2. No, level 3 now. Oh no, level 2. I forget which way round it goes. I don't know how far up level 3 we are, but it is good. Featherballs, level 30s now can be caught. That is kind of good. Now we have to go... we'll get the board stuff. The more of these we just pick up as we go, the better. That is kind of big as well. You don't want to be sat going back through all of the researches. You might not do them all. I should have taken that one because that's the one I don't want. The peculiar pony. Yeah, we've got enough. We're going to make sure we keep the heavy balls just for the shinies. And between the playthroughs, we will set up the save, the giveaway box as well. I put it into home, I just couldn't put it into this game today because I didn't have anything loaded up when we were starting fresh today. We beat the frenzy. So that is done. What is next? Another dinner. Nice. At least we're getting fed. So yeah, let's get din-dins and have everything for the next part of the story. Smoke bombs, always helpful. Then we have our scary story. You're going to offer me Spiritomb things, I believe. Which is fine, we'll worry about all that later. Okay, we'll have to worry about it now. Maybe I should see what else we've got. No, we want to do the Bidoof thing so we can get rid of Bidoof. We don't need a Bidoof on our team. It just ticks it off the list. It's really easy to do, so let's do that. And then we'll go and probably speedrun through the next bit. Let's go with Pokemon. I get that completely. Like, because when I was doing my other Nuzlocke in the past, I used to basically the idea is you put all the Pokemon into the game at the start, so then you can build a team. And when we did this game, you would put the team in really early and move on from there. And the amount of Pokedex entries we got because of that, it was a bit bonkers. So yeah, we want to keep Staravia, Luxio, because I want to use Luxray. I'll probably use Staraptor to the end. I always end up using the early root stuff. We've got a fire type, we've got a flying type, even though the flying type is pretty useless. The next day. Da, 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 da. I do think the Ursaluna's a bit too early actually, because I think it's about level 27-ish. I'm torn between whether to do like a full run around the Obsidian Fieldlands just to have a quick shiny check, or just go and unlock the next area. What are we at? We're at about 220-ish. Well, what do you have? You usually have stuff, don't you? Heavy ball set. Nice. How much are you charging? 2,000. Okay, we'll take that. I will probably also take you up on these. Your 500 points are reaching. And what in for what is that? The 500 points. Oh, for the shiny hunting. Or the shiny noise. I don't have that. Didn't you want to see a Starly entry? Okay. Yeah, you wanted to just see a Starly. There we go. You can see one. We've got loads. Okay. Good to see that this person's going to last a long time in the Pokemon world. And some more Pokeballs. So that's the thing. I should probably do a bit of work just to level up. Just catch everything. We've got, what, 60 odd? If we use all 60. But then we get more levels if we go to the next area to catch stuff. Or more money, more experience. Probably be able to evolve stuff. They say I picked up more than 2 bits of wood. Okay, okay. Yes, I get it. I get it. Can I make one? Yes. Okay, there we go. You can have the doll back. I still think it's on a 15-minute cooldown. I think that's what I put it on. Okay. I think we'll just do... we'll go and unlock the new area. I want to make the 15 of these. We could buy some apricots, couldn't we? Or apricorns. 104, that'll do. That'll be enough. So let's make the final 13 here. And then make 87 there. Nice. We won't worry about that one yet. Yeah, I just need you to be locked into the game now. Well, I think the next bit is going to be story-based. Sadly, as I say, I want to unlock the boring part of the Crimson Mirelands. I'm not talking to... Is it this person that's the peculiar pony? Oh, you want Sharam stuff. Okay, well, I'm good with that. I can take your deal there. Yes, pretty much. It's one of those that's difficult. I get tricked, like, and I gotta probably work on the game sound because it's slightly louder than in game on my end. Sadly, actually, I've got a Geodude you can have. We caught one Geodude. Don't need the Geodude. Is it for me, us to... I don't know, I haven't seen a shiny in the game to double check. When I can see, when I'll know, because it's difficult to set it up because you don't want the cries of the Pokemon too loud because they can be much louder than what you want. But you also don't need the sound effects too high for the battles, but I'm not sure what the sparkling noise is connected to, the cries or the basic game. I haven't got any money, have I? I spent it all on apricots. Apricons, right. How many tasks have I got? What do you want? Oh no, I shouldn't have clicked on him, should I? He's the annoying person. Good. You can go away. I don't care. Are you the one that's paralysed about evil Pichu? Okay, whatever. At least if I get all the tasks, I can sort of just move along slowly. That one just wants to know about friendship, not a problem. I gave away my Geodude, so that's not much help. Bothersome Bidoof. You want Bothersome Bidoof done. This won't take long. And yeah, that's why I like to set up some of the saves before we start. Like Violet and Scarlet, I wanted to get the introduction in, but I know I can't put the end credits in because of the song. But once you're in the game, you can play with the sound settings. Like Sword and Shield, you couldn't do anything for ages, which was really annoying. And this, I wanted to see when you could do them first time, because the last thing I want is it to be too loud and everybody get annoyed. Bidoof. Bidoof. Yeah. And of course, we've got to do some of these really annoying side quests. It's just I don't really want to keep the Bidoof on my team at the moment. It's not really going to do enough to help me. I want a team that can kind of sweep. More than anything else. I know some of the newer games deliberately do like a streamer mode built in to like break all your copyright stuff out, which is always nice, but other games don't. You want to see a Zubat, don't you? So you can tell how many of these I've done. By just how many of the tasks I know exactly where to go to. I don't think she keeps the Zubat, does she? Or did I give her the Zubat? I don't really care. Yeah, you can keep it. Well, I think she goes to get her own Zubat, doesn't she? That's good. I always forget which ones you give away. Fair enough. That makes sense. We know that some places are happier to do things than others. What's here then? I hope I don't break the Bothersome Bidoof by talking to other people. A lot of it is just get stuff, but it's good for some of the evolution items, some of these tasks, which is kind of very important for later down the line. Right, that looks like all the tasks. I think the last Bidoof was here. And there we are, done. So who should we put on the team? Should we put a Cypher on? No, we want something... I don't know what else we've got. Actually, that would be good against... with the crazier Nuzlocke, I think... I've only played it through to Arceus twice, maybe 3 times. No, it might only be twice. But I used to have to do... Because it's easy experience, easy items, you just sort of get used to doing like this task because it's an easier one. I can't remember what I've got to do for any of it, really. It's just, there's a couple, because of the Dex entries, you just sort of think that everybody in this town you need to talk to for about something. But I hate doing all of them. But I know I've got to do some of them, and this is the sort of stuff that I would have normally done off stream. But, you know, actually we'll keep this on the team because it learns a water move. So it might be quite good. But when it came to like pure Nuzlocking it, I think I'd done it about 4 or 5 times. But one of them I actually had to do the full 10 entries for everything as well, just so I could get the Arceus. We're definitely too low a level, but I just want to give you that. Because you will be good. So, yeah, that's just kind of the craziness of what we've done over the years on these. That old Nuzlocke took a lot out of us. We did way too much. You don't learn anything good. Actually, you've learned that. That's better than tackle. What else do we have? So we'll keep this team for now. And what is the time? 2:30. Oh, I've got to do something here still. I thought I had done all this town stuff. I must have to talk to the lady who wants to take me to the Crimson Mirelands. I was still going upstairs. Did I not go and see the commander? I thought I did that. And that's the thing, it's very easy to get distracted at the beginning. That's the bonus thing. Let's see, what does he have to say to me? Doesn't she get... She falls over, I think, and you have to rescue her with the Ursaluna. That's basically the mission. I know. You should see me whenever I go through Snowpoint Temple. Every time. I like to check the Alpha Glade, and we were going up, down, up, down. And I almost got it, as in, I went through the doorway and I heard the sparkling noise and I got quite excited. But it was just a Ralts, annoyingly. Now, that person wants a Geodude, and I got rid of my Geodude, didn't I? Do I have to battle you again? So I've put like a full guide together for my Nuzlocks of all like the boss battles, just so I was always prepared. I wasn't being strict on level caps, but it was nice to know what battles were coming up, just so I don't make a big mistake and die. Because that would be the worst thing that would happen. And it has happened many a time in these. Well, that was difficult. Bye, Mime. Mime Jr. is one of the worst. Welcome in, Tom. How are you doing today? We've finished the Obsidian Fieldland storyline. We were going to probably go and fight the Ursaluna slowly, or just catch stuff in the Mirelands. Slowly but surely. Yes, definitely frustrating. It will be the best word for it. It also depends how strict you are at the very beginning of the game. What you call the boss battles. Like, is this a boss battle? It isn't completely bad, because if you're building teams to go through the whole game, it's pretty nice. Because at least, like, when you were doing your Elite Four, you had to do one at a time, but you could bring some stuff in here and just sort of mix up the team, because you can change the team everywhere as well, can't you? So that's another good thing. So it works both ways, I think. Some areas are good, some areas are not. Yeah, we'll go and unlock this map, because we have to do the we're here storyline. But I'm too low a level for the Ursaluna, so we're going to try and catch some stuff and see what happens. Because the Ursaluna hits like an absolute tank. And, well, I have Aqua Jet that's strong against it right now. So, yeah. I know I've got to do the Misfortune Sisters, which isn't too difficult to deal with. But I've got to face Volo in there. So I want to do some catching before, and then hopefully I can get some grit dust and just sort of make my team very strong. So I just want to catch stuff around here. Really? I know not all of it's that exciting. Boop. You sort of have the Misfortune Sisters that are considered a bit of a villainous team. They're more just troublemakers, but that's the closest. And I guess Volo himself. Nope, that is not going to do it. Well, we shouldn't have stopped that run halfway through, should we? We're drowning. Okay, never mind. We were meant to jump, but we sort of changed our mind, thinking we weren't going to make it. When we quite clearly could have. Okay. There's no excuse why you didn't make that, sir. You were literally on the land. Where are we? Okay, we'll go back this way. Maybe we won't try and jump that one. Maybe that was not the best idea. Let's just catch some of these. Not with that. Oh. Wrong button. Never mind. Hello, Loboto. Welcome in. We're only at the very, very start so far. So at the moment, we're sort of doing the introduction to all of our games. So this is our first day on Legends Arceus for this challenge. Like, for this challenge, every game was brand new, or every save was brand new. So we're sort of struggling through them all. We've spent most of our time on like your violets and stuff. So that's where it still gets you. It's definitely louder than the rest. But it's not. It's a bit too loud, I think. I know that the Burmy one makes the noise before it comes out the tree. And I was always going to catch that one. I want to get over here. So I can get a frog. Basically, we want a frog. Hello, frog. Nope, you're going to be angry, are you? Okay. We'll do this instead, and then you'll become part of the team. Yes. I don't know. I think I missed the end of the stream. I don't know how much longer you went actually yesterday. Did you actually finish Mount Moon or not? I'm pretty sure there's a wisp down here. The wisps are going to be the worst thing. To see me not catch shinies. That's the beginning of it all. Beginning of the dream. To watch someone fail shinies all day. Are you aggressive? No, you're not. But can one of you smash this? I think you can, right? That's what I was there for you talking to me about Jaegers. Yeah, that sounds like me. Okay, did you get the next encounter or did you decide to leave it? Ooh, a cherub, that's good. That's something we actually play. It's a very high level. Maybe it's a bit too high a level. I'm in danger. Actually, I can catch it. We're going to start with you, because you're not much help. And McMannery, welcome in. Everybody's here today. Welcome into this challenge. Okay. It's like Neil's dragged everybody in. Does this still have the glitch where this is not catchable? Let's try a Thunderfang just to get a paralyze. Let's try this again now. Yeah, I thought I'd put together that Nuzlocke tracker because it's one I've wanted to use for ages, but it's never in any of the games I want to play. Everybody is here. I wanted to try and get a squirrel. What level is this squirrel? That is too high for me. Can I get the squirrel at the back? That's not good. And where did the other one go? Right, let's go into this corner. There's not much over here. Well, actually, you're here. You don't get angry till you've been attempted to be caught, and then you all sort of go off on one. And there should be, if I'm not mistaken, a potential Barboach here somewhere. Right there. Right, that's that. Well, welcome in. Hopefully you will enjoy this challenge. We have decided to make it extra difficult for ourselves with the new save files. So we're sort of just doing the very basics at the moment, and dying quite a lot because you can't climb up that. Some early... Can you actually stay on the path this time, please? There was a reason why we didn't do this. Right. If we could get that Cherum actually and put it on the team, it may be good. Where's the path? There it is. Shall we go and get some hippos? Oh, Yammas. We get a Yamma. It's been a while since we've just explored this for a while. Like, without knowing where to go instantly. That didn't stay in the ball either, did it? Gravelers, that's seen me, so I can't catch that. But we'll try a hippo. They usually just run, so... Getting more. Getting more. No, I said throw. Why aren't you throwing it at it? Never mind. We'll leave the hippos in peace. I don't really want to go further down, because I'll probably get caught out needing to do some of the story. It's a bit too high level. Yeah, we're going to go and get that Cherum, I think. It was like level 28. This is on the Switch too, yes. So, this is actually the first time I've loaded it up on the Switch 2. I don't know what it wanted to do at the beginning, but it wanted to do some updates, and I don't know what updates it wanted to do. But it took a while to get going. Yeah, that was a thing. I think it was just doing the patches, to be honest, but because I've got like 7 profiles, it was doing it for every single one. You're the person I want to talk to, I think. I would like to see a pocket monster. Yes, we have now unlocked all of them. We'll get rid of Beautifly, because it's pretty useless. We're going to take a Badoo for you. E-Barrel is not great. Actually, we'll take this, because then this can evolve. Items, because too many items. Actually, I think, no, can I mass delete now? Or is it only something I can do there? So the main thing for this is just to build a form living dex from scratch. So every game is only going to be played on stream. That's pretty much all there is to this. I wanted to do everything from scratch, to be honest. I've got saves with all the items, everything I need, but I wanted like a fresh trainer ID, fresh save, fresh playthrough. We're doing Scarlet Violet, Sword Shield, Legends Arceus, probably Let's Go Eevee, but maybe not all of the game, and Shining Pearl. That's pretty much all we're going to be playing. But that's pretty much all there is. Like, the total I've got is 1,397. But the idea is that if you have a quick glance at some of the channel point redemptions, is we're going to do like shiny hunt races, bingo boards. I bought a bunch of unwanted bulk Pokemon cards. So there's an option to redeem to draw some, and that will initiate a shiny hunt race or hunt for an hour to half an hour, depending on which one you do. We'll be doing sort of more of event type things rather than just me shiny hunting. The idea is to bring everyone in to do to play along with us more than anything else. It's not designed to just be I'm going to be shiny hunting this and that. We're going to be doing it all as like a team sort of thing. So that's kind of the goal for it. We're going to be doing DAs a lot because they're fun and very interactive, but that is definitely something shiny. There's our first shiny. Look at that for timing. Me having to check whether Neil was trying to troll me. Let's catch the first shiny. The least interesting shiny in the world. Bang, look at that for timing. The time he looks away from the screen is the time we get the shiny. Okay, that didn't do what I thought it would do. So we knew this was the best place to go. Now I've got to try and clip it. Just to be awkward. That looks like we can edit that down. So if we do that to that, and we'll just sort of save that as a marker. Dot. Beach clip. Not add to my story. Let's just do that. I can fiddle with that later, I think, if I save it there. Or I'll just use some software to do it. Right. So that gives us a grand total of 1 shiny for our challenge. The idea is to actually put the clips onto what is it? To that Shiny Hunting Dex website. I'm going to do this battle and I'll probably stop today, I think. But it is the first shiny. It is probably the most lackluster shiny of the whole game, but they all count, right? Let's see, can we fiddle with this while we're doing this? Probably not. Total settings 1. Right. Do I have a Cricketune sprite that I can use? That is the question. That is the question. This is the bit that I was always a little bit more skeptical of doing, because there is a lot to keep going when you're doing all of this, because you still want to play the game, but you also need to look at what you're doing. But I guess it must have been all of Neil's chat that bought the shiny luck, right? It's going to be in here. I don't think I got a good one for Cricketune, actually, sadly. Oh, actually. Yeah, the sprite bit is going to be the worst. because it depends what game I'm playing. This is actually one that doesn't have good sprite, because my sword and shield ones are the best. And yeah. So one of the other things we've mentioned we might do is proper like shiny events where we sort of set up to hunt a type. Oh, I need to find, I was going to put one up. It could be a male or a female, so I still need another one. We'll just Thundershock this. Right, the size, oh god. Let's make that 150, 100, and 50. And you 150. Did you survive? That did nothing. What did this thing do to me? Probably wasn't ready for this battle, was I? Can this go away? Save. Pop. Almost flawless. Oh no, I actually did knock it out. Okay, I was worried that I had got knocked out. Well, that'll happen. I'm sure I will get distracted by a shiny noise. I did have to check the chat first, just to be sure. I've had the sprites for a long time, to be honest, because of other things I was trying to do. I had them for the bigger challenge in the past. I had the weirdest random Pokerus thing. I believe I got Pokerus off the Oras Lati that I caught. I don't know how or what I did, but that was the one I actually got Pokerus on. Because it was the only thing that had it in my box, so I'm guessing I must have got it fresh. That was the craziest one. So I don't know. Because then I didn't realise and I had got it, so I put it in my home and it just went on everything. So it may have not come from it, it may have come from something else. But because of the challenge I was doing, you had to have lots of boxes of the Pokemon just stored in case something died. So that was the thing. I've got to check whether this is male or female as well, just to be awkward. So yeah. But it is good to finally have one, and it wasn't a Starly. That's the key thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the recents down there or not, to be honest. Do like 3 or 4 and just rotate them through. But, yeah. I wasn't planning on getting one so early. Is it track down the bandits? Shiny one. That'll do, because we can just rotate that out whenever it's done. So that just gets saved. That'll probably do that again, yes. Right, let's go to the base. Right, we can start with the battles actually next time, because we've got a distortion and everything. We should go and do the distortion, shouldn't we? How did we get a distortion already? I feel like we've broken the game. I've got to do it for the items, haven't I? Because I could get some stones in there. I've just got to dump everything. Do I have anything? No, okay. Let's get there. I can't turn that down, really. Imagine we got a distortion shiny too. In all my time playing this game, I've only ever had 2 distortion shinies as well. So, and of course one was Sneasel, because it haunts me, that thing. Right. I'm going to just sit in there and hide. Okay, not this corner of it then. We'll go a bit further around. Okay, every corner's got something that's going to annoy me, isn't it? That's definitely somebody playing a noise. Oh dear. It's getting there, getting close. No, we don't want to waste them on non-shinies. I guess the term would be depending on how you play the game. If you're just catching stuff. I'm not somebody who really plays competitive, so for me it's not really a problem. Not really anything fancy. But I guess if you are someone who does a lot of competitive play, it would mean a lot. That's probably the best way I would put it. For that challenge, it was just funky more than anything else. What's trying to attack me now? Oh, it's you, is it? You? Well, we'll beat you up as well. That makes the most sense. I think Neil's going to want to spend most of the time spending all his coins trying to troll me for shinies in this game. So we'll never get a race out of him. That's the theory. I'm just going to do this and I'll probably stop. But I just needed to get rid of everything first. So. No, but I think catching something with Pokerush is rarer than catching a shiny. I don't even know if it's in the new games. But again, it's something that is very good if you are someone that really focuses on stats, IVs, EVs, isn't it? If you don't ever look at that stuff, it's not as valuable. Well, I think this game and Scarlet and Violet, I'm not as worried about rushing to get the shiny charm. Sword and Shield will have it in probably 2 episodes' time. I've done everything, I just need to get to the town. The only thing the main thing is I just want everywhere unlocked, I think. Once everywhere is unlocked, I'm happy to do the races and the different hunts. Like, at the moment, most of them are just like a 30-minute hunt. Like, the very expensive ones, of course, that's a different thing, but that is going to take a lot of channel points. I do need to literally just run around and collect everything, really. Hopefully there's some good stones here. I'm not too worried about catching stuff, but Porygons are always important to go for. Heracross, Umbreon. Wow, you give me an Umbreon? Nope. Oh. Didn't expect that to be here already. What's this? A normal Porygon. I don't have any bopping items, so it's not much help. I'm so used to just throwing the sticky globs at things. It's crazy just how you get programmed into thinking sticky globs are all you need. And I have nothing like that yet. I just want the items, really. I want money. Money is more important. At this stage of the game, anyway. Money and stones. We may try and fight this. What level is it? 22. We can probably catch that. They come and go, points, as I always say. The point is it's meant to be interactive, and that's what it's become. As long as it's interactive, I'm happy. This is how bored I got doing my main save on this game. I actually perfected the Porygon lines, Pokedex entries. That's how much I had done when we were Burmy hunting. It's also quite a cheap reward, I think. And I think he may have won a prediction I did. Maybe? I'm not completely sure. That might have been what it was. But we haven't done a prediction today. Because we're at the beginning of the game. We don't really need to do too much gambling. But the key thing was, as we said, we got a shiny. We feel like we should probably get good at this now. We're doing DAs tomorrow as well. And if we can do DAs tomorrow, there's a good chance of some shinies there. Why do you give me all the rubbish stuff? Yeah, that's the other thing. The lurkers can collect their coinage. I do think that's very wrong. I don't know how to fix that. I think Dragon's saving up to go for a legendary, to be honest. But we'll do like full-blown planned hunts as well. So it won't just be, today you draw a card for the shiny hunt. We're going to spend 3 hours trying to catch this or something like that. That's very good vision, the Porygon. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. Let's get in this grassy area and sit here. Because by the time you make it to me, you're going to despawn. Nope, you're not going to despawn. Now you'll despawn. A float? Oh, don't run away, float, so I wanted to catch you. Heracross is a good... Actually, I want that. I need that. I keep forgetting my story I've got to actually follow. And so the shinies in here are so rare. As we said, we've had Sneasel and a Mr. Mime. Was the one we got recently, or a couple of weeks ago. I don't really need to stay there anymore. There's not anything else I need. Right, we'll head back. We're going to put Cricketoon somewhere safe. We'll do that now. We'll check what gender it is too, because we are doing gender differences on the shinies. It is a female Cricketot. We'll put you here. That's not a good place to put you, but that is our first shiny. We'll actually take it out of the box. You know, we'll take it out. We'll show it off. Where is it? That is our first shiny of the day, of the challenge. How do I crouch? There we are. So that is a good start for the day. We finally got one. So, yeah, not the most exciting, but they all count, right? So, we'll go back to the village. They do exist in this game. Or I could just take a picture on the Switch. That could also work. I wanted to see if we got enough research done as well. So we got a load of new stuff, but nothing really on it. Did we? No. Didn't get to the next level. It's better to go to the actual picture place. I think it's going to be the best option. I'm just going to clear out the pasture, because that's going to... no, items first. Items first. Item management is the worst thing in this game. Didn't really get much, not gonna lie. Right, we go over here, get rid of everything. Because now you have 2 boxes, it lets you do mass releases, I believe. I believe it was 2 boxes. Might have to do one at a time. No? Why aren't you giving me mass releases? It's because it's not 2 full boxes, is it? Right, let's do this. We'll keep that one. No, we don't care. We can catch all this again. I don't know why I need to worry. Maybe I'll have to delete 8? I thought it was for sure that it was have 2 full boxes and it would let you mass release. Let's do that line. That should be a few. Oh, that's what we need to see. Some dust. 4, was it? Let's just double check. Maybe it is 4 then. I thought it was 2, but well, we'll probably do a little bit of a blitz around the main area. That will probably be the smartest play next time. We'll go around the field lands, try and defeat battle as much as possible. See if we can get this photo shoot. And Cricketoon locked in, ready. Do we have to talk to him? Do a photo? Prepare. Take a photo. Oh no, I need to put a Pokemon in it first. You can tell I've never done this bit of the game. Change the scene. What can I do? So we have a blue screen. That's not a very nice blue, is it? There are more colours. Purple. Purple's more of a colour. It may be that. What else can we do? We'll keep that. Change the lens. What else can we do? Nostalgia. That could work. I don't know if that changed a single thing. Take photos. Ah, that's why. Maybe we should get rid of the nostalgia thing. Why didn't it tell me this? Oh, we'll take it with this. Why not? Change my pose. Nope. That one sort of works. What can the Pokemon do? Act dizzy. Oh dear. Well, welcome in, Charmeleon. How are you doing? We've just got our first shiny of this challenge. And we're trying to figure out how to use this camera mechanic in this game. Change my expression. Can I be delighted? That's scary, not delighted. Surprise. I'm good, thank you. It's just very nice to get one of these shinies at last. It's been a while. Start shooting, why not? Press the capture button. Is that really it? You're telling me to take it myself? That's what you... Okay. Well, that feels really disappointing. I thought it would be like the proper camera in the game. Oh dear. That was the most disappointing photo shoot I think I've ever seen in my life. So only 300 or so to 1,396 more to go. We'll probably keep it in the game for now. I just want to put it somewhere safe so I don't delete it. But yeah, we'll probably save here. So yeah, let's do a proper save. I know we should have it saved or an autosave. We've gone over the 3 hours today, which is very strange for us. But that was good though. We actually got a shiny at last. So yeah, we'll be back for DAs tomorrow. And we'll do a bit of the story and a bit of DAs.